We made it work, and now we're here, so we're thrilled. And now we're here, so we're thrilled.
My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is September 21st, 2023. It is 3:40 a.m. This is my second video. I started recording for my other channel, our part of PoW service, and I wanted to get them out of the way because I don't have as much content anymore for them, for that channel, as I do now for this channel. So this I just created for my other channel. And now I have this. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to record all of this. I've added, it's no longer 9. I've added while I've been what is it? No, this one, this was the one for Invictus, these for my other channel, and all of this is for this channel. I probably have like 22 now, not 19, because I've added. I didn't change the numbers. I didn't count as well. So let's get started, okay? My back end, 3,248 subscribers. Let's refresh. Okay, so it edged up a little bit, $294.70. My analytic, same numbers. Feel free to skip whenever I'm over here, okay? Feel free to skip. Alright, so that's here are the numbers for the last 48 hours. 4,477 views. Okay, there's my subscribers number here. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. A lot to share with you, so let's see how much I could get done before the kids get up for school. Alright, so one of the things that I promise you guys on my community board, I will not be discussing the Prince William trip or whatever. I try my best not to, but that was the discussion on Twitter among the people that I follow. And out of that, I grab the most important things for you guys. And some of these things that I will be sharing with you, you probably already seen them on my community board. And this is why I said, please follow me on my community board. That way you could see the things as I saw them. The minute that I see them, if I'm on at a place where I could take the screenshot, if my phone still have memories, then I will do that, whatever. Okay, so follow me on, hit the subscribe button, or at least if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. If you want to check every day what I have that's going on Twitter. Alright, so this is the first tweet. Prince William's fans are the worst. The moment it was reported William took a settlement from Murdoch, they immediately went into defense mode and said the money was donated to charity. All the while, the charity was the Royal Foundation of the Prince and Princess of Wales. Not only that, and then they keep on asking information about Harry and Meghan's charity work. It's nobody's business. Believe me. In the US, I've said this so many times. This is one thing you do not want to mess with, is your tax. Okay? A lot of high professional people, high profile, not professional, profile. Okay? Profile people go to jail because of tax. Okay? So there's this. I think you might see, I bookmarked this one first because it has a longer minute, and there's some others that I bookmark that with different caption with shorter version. So I wanted to put the longer version first, then if I don't want to listen to the shorter version, at least you already hear it here. Okay, that's from who is that? Toys. Slow news without the noise. Get our daily sense maker email. Okay, so let's follow this because this is coming from them, and a lot of the squad I think are following here. Wow, 34 of the squaddies are following them. Followed by Faithful Radical, not one of Murdoch bots, Exposed News, and 34 others you follow. So that must be a good one to follow. Okay, I just follow it now. Okay, let's go into it. Pause. It's something of real concern that there may be a number of secret agreements between the royal family and news group. Okay, who is that? Okay, that's him, Paul Kagua Galizia, who is a reporter. So he's a reporter. When I saw it, I didn't look at all of that. I thought that was a student. All right, so let's follow him as well. 14 others that I follow, so he's worth a follow. All right. That's him here. Investigate Prince William settlement with Rupert Murdoch's news group and this week's slow newscast. All right, 6 minutes and 7 seconds.
The publisher of The Sun and the now defunct News of the World tabloid. He mentioned that his brother, Prince William, the heir to the British throne, had received a very large sum of money as a settlement from that publisher. So this is the company owned and controlled by Rupert Murdoch. And it made the headlines at the time. So this was April 2023 this year. And all the papers reported it, and everyone was taken by surprise. You know, no one had known that Prince William reached a settlement with News Group. Now, it's very hard to find out what the settlement involved beyond the fact that it does exist. It hasn't been denied by either News Group, Prince William's communications secretary, or anyone with knowledge of the case.
Okay, so this is the disclaimer, because Harry said it in court document, and then nobody have disproved that. So that's that.
The sum, so the amount of money he received, is also shrouded in secrecy. And what we were told is that the size of the settlement is £1 million or more. Now that might not sound like a lot of money for someone like Prince William, but is in fact a very large number, as Prince Harry said in his witness statement in April, given the normal size of settlements in these claims for phone hacking and private investigators intruding on people's lives. So very few settlements have reached £1 million. Prince William's, we think, is one of them. Another person connected to the case told us that the money most likely went to charity, that Prince William is unlikely to have held on to the money himself. And there is one charity in particular which would be an obvious recipient of any money, and it's the Royal Foundation, so a charity run now only by Prince William and his wife, Kate, and it's one that supports a range of causes they're very interested in. There are two causes that they're especially interested in. So for Prince William, it's the Earthshot Prize, a big environmental prize. And for Kate, his wife, it's the Early Years program. Now
Whatever happened to that? I haven't heard her say much about it. But he's right, these are the two things I've been hearing so far, so he is correct.
I looked at the financial accounts for that charity in 2020 when Prince William is said to have received the settlement money. There's this really unusual note in one of the budget tables that says a certain grant funder made a donation of £1,090,000, and that the money was designated for two causes. Most of it, £750,000, was for the Earthshot Prize, so Prince William's cherished cause, and the rest was for the Early Years program, so Kate's cherished cause. Now, again, we don't know if this sequence of events is true because Prince William's communications secretary declined to comment on it, whether to confirm or deny. And one person at the charity who didn't have direct knowledge of the donation only described it as almost certainly credible. So if the sequence of events is true, the money going from a settlement to a donation to mainly the Earthshot Prize, then it's an interesting thought, right? Because the settlement money ultimately came from Rupert Murdoch, he is the owner of News Group, and it went to a environmental prize. Rupert Murdoch is quite famously a climate skeptic. The real question about this settlement revolves around the terms of the settlement. So these are the conditions that govern what the parties have agreed to. Again, they remain completely secret, but a number of settlements reached between News Group and other claimants provide maybe an idea of what Prince William's might involve. So the standard one, and there have been hundreds of these, the standard one says that this releases news group from any further liability, so people can't bring more claims based on the same material. News group undertakes not to use personal information like hacked voicemails, stuff they got from private investigators again, and it makes no admission of liability at the Sun. So to this day, it doesn't accept any phone hacking, any privacy breaches were done by the Sun. It's all news of the world. So that's the kind of template that's been used in hundreds of claims before. Now, when we went through all these court filings and spoke to all these people, it occurred to us that if Prince William reached a settlement with News Group, then it's quite likely that many other members of the royal family also sought a settlement and got one from News Group. It seems reasonable to assume that if Prince William had grounds to reach a settlement, then his father, the king, did. And the Queen also. They all experienced highly intrusive tabloid activity. And if that's the case, then it's something, I think, of real concern that there may be a number of secret agreements between the royal family, right, which is the provider of this country's constitutional heads of state, and News Group, which is a very powerful media empire. You can listen to this week's slow newscast, William and Rupert, the Prince and the Press Baron, wherever you get your podcasts. Prince Harry's legal...
This is very interesting. Very interesting. I just let it speak for itself. I'll just put screenshots and stuff like that. Let me read some of the comment. I'm glad you finally seen it. It's a sinister movement launched, organized, and carried out by the toxic British media and royal family. Murdoch basically bought the royal family, period. That's it. Right, there's 13 comment on that. This is only the tip of the iceberg with William and his links to corruption. He has no choice but to work with the rotten, corrupt media. I believe Murdoch and the Daily Fail has leverage on William. Of course. Okay, great journalism. When Prince Harry left the Royal Foundation, he took the funds he had raised for his charity. When news about the hush money payment to Prince William came out, Murdoch basically admitted it was true when he had his media claim Prince William gave Prince Harry the hush money. Okay, another defamation lawsuit and the making. Yeah, is this one. I don't need to like it. Is okay, you're talking rubbish. This part I wanted. When Prince Harry, this is the part. When Prince Harry left the Royal Foundation, he took his fund he had raised for his charity. That was the only part that I agree. Not the rest of that. What hush money? I'm a little confused. A liar. Alright, so there's that. Let's this. Murdoch and his pal put in on William. Okay, notice he surrendered, stopped his PR support of Ukraine. The boss is there. He's doing the footwork for the other one. I will definitely listen. There's that. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. No, let's go back. Dr. Zenye, did I read some of the comment? It is this. No wonder the current member of the royal family on the team Murdoch versus Harry and court. Let's move this. Oh, I have to black this. YouTube will mess my thing up. Thinking of violence. At byline time, doing a considering investigation of this, I'd be really interesting, and what they uncover or not, it will at least clarify all the conflicting opinions. Protect the young men, Lord. It was donated to themselves. Next tweet. Alright, we're still talking about that Prince William, whatever trip he did for whatever PR. That was the reason I put this, because of that. Because of this. I put it on my community board as well. Okay, so you could go and check it out. Alright, let's see the caption here. Thanks to Prince Harry's lawsuit against the Sun, we found out that Prince William received a secret settlement of £1 million from Rupert Murdoch. The money shows up in the Royal Foundation report, where £750,000 goes to Earthshot prize and £340 goes to Kate Middleton's early years. Alright, we just listened to the whole thing. or go to his podcast. One of the loudest climate change deniers is funding Prince William Environmental Prize, and also explain why Kate Middleton has attached herself to Rupert Murdoch's The Sun for the Early Years project. Whew. Royal, I'm so proud to back the Sun's fabulous baby. Bank on your campaign. It is a Kate Middleton. But then again, this is the Sun who's talking. She has no say, but whatever. Alright, the financial record for the Royal Foundation are available online. Okay, so you could pause your screen here and watch it. And she highlight the part that they were making reference to. Okay, includes with an unrestricted grant income in 2020 or amount from a certain founder, they didn't give the name, of which £750,000 has been designated for the Earthshot prize and £340,000 has been designated for the early childhood program. So there it is here. And my thing, that was something that I said on my community board, that they will find a way to shift the blame on Megan, and I was like, thank God she's not there. Early shot expenses over 12 million, only 5 million goes to the winners. Where does the 7 million go? What job is he doing for his taxpayers funded salary? Is he being paid twice? Or when his Earthshot hours included in the royal hours and the royal working hours? Well, there was someone who put something like the money goes to like for office, how do they call this, clerk, or like to pay salaries for the people. And I'm thinking exactly what this person said here, is that aren't they getting money from the taxpayers' money? So are they using this particular fund they receive to go straight to the people who work for them? I don't know. It's up to the UK. And the winners don't get a lump sum. It's spread over a few years. There's that. Okay, I don't know much about this, so I can't say. Is this the £7 million went to Invictus, or is there another settlement out there? Why I can show you the Royal Foundation financial disclosure that shows where Rupert Murdoch's money went. Okay, went to Prince William's Earthshot prize. Can you show me one went to IG in 2020? So there's that here. Okay, and it's now part of the public record. Okay, one with £340,000. Notice they didn't split it with her. No wonder charity closed down. There's the ruling eye, but they say it went to Invictus. Liar. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I'm not sure if the next one is making reference to that same video. Podcast, you could go and watch it. Maybe it's making reference to it. Okay, hereditary monarchy bites them in the ass again. You have to mold the wool around the man instead of the other way around. I think I responded to that, or did I tweet it out? Alright, so let's go into that and then come back out, because I think I retweeted something out. Okay, it's weird that some people think all you need to do is to be a statesman is a couple of 15-minute meetings. Alright, let's go into that. The definition of this could have been an email. Naivety on the another level. Thumbs down. He could have done all of this over email, making up the tab of after. Plus any public speaking that William does will be compared to Harry's amazing Invictus speeches that move millions. The Palace Comms teams couldn't do a better job of sabotaging William's statesman's ambitions than if it asked Sussex Squad for advice. I think he thinks it's a costume he can don, and voila, it's not. So whatever's here, let's read that bottom up. Okay, all he wanted was a photo. Can you imagine this? Okay, the concept of putting in the work is foreign to them. I keep saying they live in a bubble surrounded by greedy courtiers who won't tell them the truth but lies to them and mosquitoes. His idea is to take photos and that's it. Yep, that's pretty much it. I think you mean photo apps do not make. Okay, the clownery, there's the clown shaking my head. Willy is the UK version of Donald Trump, probably. Okay, but when you think of his father, well, no, let's take his father out of it, because he's sort of done something until of what he did to Diana. Okay, that's to attract the necessary power players. He thinks that British press saying it will make it true. These people are used to meeting richer and more powerful monarchs. Saudis Emirates, you need to be able to present a portfolio business plan and defend it. That's for sure. Alright, so let's go back. And I say here, okay, hereditary monarchy bites them in the ass. Okay, I absolutely think that they are still believe they're simply entitled literally to whatever they want by means of birth. They think they should be admired, respected, adored, invited everywhere, allowed to do anything they want, be completely above criticism, and most of all, okay, so let's go back. I know, no, it's gonna, never mind, I can't see mine. Before, there used to be a way you could view, maybe, can I hover around it? Can I see? View quotes, maybe that's what it was. Nope. Okay, so I didn't, there's one I retweeted out, but never mind, I can't find mine. So forget that, let's not waste time. Next tweet. Still making reference to the brother. Okay, Will or Kate have never had a successful US trip, and I love that for them. I go to America. Okay, I think William will give up on American dreams. He won't. He's been conditioned his whole life that he is better than everyone else, specifically his brother. What was it? One of the royal rat was saying, if Trump get in power, then they will get Harry leave the country or something like that. They think that's easy. The numerous fake polls were meant to reassure him he could pull it off. He couldn't. He didn't. Okay, there it is. Okay, I love that for us. They've never had a successful tour, period. Never will. That's true. You think of the Caribbean tour. They both wanted Harry and Meghan out of the UK. They live against homeland, so they can't expect to be welcome as they will say Australia, where they have fans actually. True. How Her Majesty now is no longer with us anymore. I think this one right after they were married went pretty well. Alright, that well, the thing that really messed up William, two things for me. I don't know, there might be a third one because everywhere he goes he effed up. First of all, what he did to Meghan, okay, and his brother, that definitely a lot of people can never forgive him for that. The other thing is calling his mom paranoid. That definitely, some of Princess Diana's fan pretty much carry on their love to William and Harry. Okay, but now you have Harry who's holding his own. He's no longer attaching to his mother's success. Okay, that's Harry. Harry is creating his own branch. But you could see his hard work sort of related to Princess Diana in some way, you know, the compare thing. But the other brother haven't done anything. People were holding hope for him, you know, kept their love for him because of his mother. But the minute he could call his mom paranoid, I think...
I'd like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcomed that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Some people, not all, were fed up with him. Okay, they were hoping, wishing he could be somewhat different, but he is turning out to be worse. Okay, okay, this is the next tweet. Like, it would have been okay if Peg went to New York City to network and attach Earthshot to Climate Week. But that fact that he's wandering around lying about meeting and wasting everyone's time just so he can look big and important is sort of give away a whole game, doesn't it? This is celebrity. I had my doubt with celebrity. I had my doubt with celebrity, but this makes sense. So she's not. See here some of the comments. What's incredible is that his cousin 3 or 4 times removed, who is his age, who lived in England for quite a few years, who has the same name but in French, Prince Bulliam, is actually attending and speaking at UNGA, United Nations General Assembly. Is a small principality, north. Okay, when you are incandescent with rage, you can't think clearly. Accelerates. Podcast describe him as prince of some sort who came all the way from Europe to look at our water. He lived from the crown wearing enslavers. There's that. Okay, even the mayor decided that he didn't want to be used as the last minute. Okay, interesting update in the mayor's schedule this afternoon. Okay, and state update. Adams' appearance with Prince William has been cancelled several minutes after it was scheduled to start. Whew, my goodness. And let's not forget, he's African American. Especially when it's hinted by the British media that Prince William is actively a global statesman. Like that, LOL. There's even a poll that's being heralded, he being most likely to unite Americans. Come on now. What the hell are they talking about? What? New York City knows William is not a statement like he thinks he is. He likes to move his focus when he's bored without project or it's not getting traction like Invictus Game does. The man is 40 years old who hasn't received anything but inherit his title. The crew getting locals to come out and greet him. How much did he have to pay? Oh, it reminds me, I think he went to the Middle East for something, and his entourage were walking around and in front, behind, whatever, and the one who were in front were trying to get the crowd rowdy up for him, and one of the people who were in front captured that moment. It's in one of my videos on PoW. Alright, let's read these two and that's it. Everyone around the world prefer eggs, little brother. There's a laugh. The tantrum on the flight on his way back home. Okay, this is simply, if he recognized that, depend on what the people are telling him. If he recognized how dumb that trip was. Alright, and the embarrassment he put on himself. Okay, this is simply because he wants to claim what Harry has. He wants America. Like he said, was it Africa is his? Wouldn't be surprised if he be threatened to move there simply because of this. I mean, this guy have no core values. Also, just shoddy work by the staff. They had planned this. This was a layup. For example, Trudeau is in New York. Prince William is in Canada's future head of state. They could have even scheduled a meeting with the Prime Minister in Canada. Trudeau is by no means a Republican. Oh, Trudeau was in New York too. Because open session, everybody's there. Yeah, they didn't do their work. There was one comment I said something like this. Because I said, I knew since after the Earthshot thing, he was going to be in New York. So what did they call? What did they make any phone calls? Jesus Christ. Okay, next tweet. Okay. This is Willy seems to have cajoled his friend to use his news organization to claim that the hush money William received was gifted to Harry despite them not being on speaking terms at the time. A ludicrous assertion that the KP bots spread everywhere. This is another example. I don't know where I've said it. I know in my last video that I just recorded, I made reference to it. Is that when the UK wants to make noise about something, they know how to make noise. Like for instance, Invictus, you didn't hear too many people talking about it in the UK. You hear the little people, especially those who travel and those who got to meet Meghan, tell Meghan that they love her. It's just the, making the separation. Just like Heavy had said, the UK is not racist, it's the medias. Okay, so yeah, when they want to make noise, they know how to make noise. They didn't want to talk about Invictus, so they didn't talk about it. They didn't promote it. And I hope the vets, the people who serving and people who part of Invictus pay attention to that. Okay, the vets I'm talking about. Prince William is believed to have donated a hush settlement payment he received to his brother Harry's charity despite their strained relationship. They even said that. And when people are throwing these things out, I mean, Harry doesn't like to go back and forth with people. He said his thing and he moved on. If that was donated to his charity Invictus, he would have said it. But he just said, the brother received a lump sum or whatever. I don't think he said the amount. But yeah, the thing also with the UK royal family is that people never ask questions. So they just throw their things out there and people take it as face value. But when people look closer and look at based on what they say and the paperwork, it doesn't match. So this is where the problem is now with the royal family, is that things out. Before, it used to take a while before their annual report to come out. Because I used to say that the reason they're taking time is because they want to, move some numbers around. So people never really ask questions. So now, if we could easily check their thing, if we ask what Earthshot report is, and what's the wife name, the early childhood report is, and then we compare the numbers and see if it's total to 1 million. All right, so let's continue. The speculation comes as news court document reveal Prince Harry's legal team believe the owners of the Sun newspaper secretly gave Prince William a very large sum of money to quietly settle a phone hacking claim. So that's the thing here. They retweeted it. Keep using Prince Harry as a scapegoat, and Prince Harry is obviously determined to go high, which is impressive, I must say, because I can't do it. There's that. Yeah, not responding back to him. Alright, so there's that. I've checked audit report and there is no disclosure. It is an outright lie. Alright, this is probably because they don't do their job properly, and thank the grant from the Royal Foundation. Okay, I was saying family. Okay, thank the grant from the Royal Foundation to IG was from William, when in fact it's come from the Endeavor Foundation. Okay, so that's where these things came. Okay, I am confusing myself. Endeavor Foundation. All right, so I need to look more into that. This where the money was transferring. Is it Royal? I think it's from Royal Foundation. Royal Foundation, Endeavor Fund, Royal Foundation, whichever the one that Harry create, Endeavor Fund or Royal Foundation. Let me highlight this. All right, the one that Harry had created. Okay, so because both of them were his, that was supposed to be for the vets. Okay, because he created it and he wants to use it to create the Invictus. That's the thing that I'm talking about, where he took the money and he wanted to use it to invest. I said as an investment for Invictus for the vet. Okay, wherever that money came from. And then this is where sometimes I get my confusion. Right, but whatever. Luckily the documents of their very own foundation tell us otherwise. There's this again. Okay, the more that comes to light, the clearer it becomes that William and his cronies used their secret agreement with the press to burn his reputation at the expense of Harry. I can imagine what it must be felt like when Harry began to understand the depth of his brother's betrayal. This is crazy. This is freaking another level. Okay, I believe in the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus once come a time. Which charity? Harry had 3 at the relevant time. IG, African Parks, Santa Bali has never voluntarily help has in his entire life, unless that help ultimately harm him. But Harry created his own thing. His own thing. What is it? The Royal Foundation. They had asked, I remember very well, at the Obama summit, Meredith Hobson had asked Harry who created it. Okay, he said he doesn't remember, and she brought it up again, and he sort of brushed it off. Okay, when in fact it was him. He created to help. Right, so there's Harry's work there already, and then to further the institution, the Royal Foundation, and the overall of it, the royal family. Okay, he wanted to invest part of the Royal Foundation into Invictus. When he went to the how do you call these people who will give him the permission, the how do they call it, I forgot, and then the brother was upset about that. All this William doesn't understand. Harry, throughout his life, Harry been helping William. Throughout Harry's life, he's been helping William. It's just William never recognized that. So now that he creates something that he was truly passionate about, so now that they reject his wife, they backstabbing him, so he said, the last one that I create, I'm going to take it back with me. If he wanted to, but since it's named Royal Foundation, remember, they didn't want him to use anything royal. So he left all of this behind, but Invictus was his. Okay, for Santa Bali, he raised money every year. There's a polo match that takes place to help Santa Bali. okay, and probably some other places. And then look at this, well child, okay, Harry is lifting all of this on his own. He doesn't get anything from the Royal Foundation, from the how do you call this, from the institution. So how much can Harry do? My goodness, all the things that he created, he's supporting them, he's making them work. Sheesh. All right, let me read this again, make sure I understand, because it seems like she's asking as if William never, in fact, went up Harry. What his entire life, Harry has been helping William. Okay, I believe in the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus once upon a time with charity. Harry had 3 at the relevant time: IG and Victor's Game, Africa, and Santa Bali. Okay, Egg has never voluntarily helped Has in his entire life unless that help ultimately harm him. Okay, so now I understand. Okay, now I understand. I don't know what I was reading. Okay, unless you and Meghan, no proper media press will look into it. Same thing with Charles and the suitcase full of Arab money. Okay, Arabs money. All right, well, Meghan put her stuff out. You could look, believe me, in the US, this I will guarantee you, I will guarantee you, you do not mess with the tax. Okay, you do not mess with the tax. They don't care who you are. All right, you know it. Earthshot as Murdoch is a non-belief. Climate change probably affect further sponsorship and his integrity with participant and the well at the split up between Willy's charity versus Kate's. There's a laugh to at not a 50-50 partnership, huh? Okay, this is the sheer thought that Willy donate anything to Harry to help it. Okay, laughing my ass off. Buddies and the tabloid screaming that the Royal Foundation donates skyrocketed since the Sussex's Great Escape. Meanwhile, Rupert Murdoch was William and Kate's donator. All right, that's the thing about the he manages a way to go lower even when the bar is in hell. Now, why will William donate his hush money to Harry's charity? There's a rolling eye. All right, let's go to the next tweet. There's more comment. Okay, looks like I may not record the next one. It's 4:20. Maybe I should just do it and finish with all the recording. Next tweet. Don't forget the governor took time to meet with you too. It meant to meet with him, with Harry. Okay, I bookmarked mine and I made the correction with them. Correction with them too. So the squad, we're talking about that. Okay, with the mayor of New York City is not canceled and his wife and son are also present, category superior. All right, so that's when Harry and Meghan came to New York. And on that trip, Meghan looked a little bit very uncomfortable. I think that was her first time out after the, you know, was it? I don't know. You guys could correct me. When she came to New York, when she visited Melba, while I remember it, because the other day I was trying to remember. When she visited Melba, the school kids, went to Harlem and all of that. So I think that was the first time she came out publicly, doing a public engagement after she left the UK. She probably have done small little thing privately, whatever, where she gave out food to that particular charity and she did the homeboy industry and all of that. I'm not talking about that. And grand scale like she did in New York. I think that was the first time. And I think she looked very scared at that time. So now that I think she's starting to get, I don't know if she will ever get used to it, but I'm just saying. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. That was it with that. All right, so she making reference because the current mayor, this was the old mayor, the current mayor canceled on William, but this one came along with his wife and son. That's his son. All right, they married. Next tweet. And that's the governor. I was making reference as well. And the governor. Obsessed with the USA. He's obsessed with wherever he and Meghan are. Next, will develop a sudden interest in British Columbia and want to go to Canada. There's the rolling eye. Okay, that's in French. That's in French. Oh, I promise you next year they are going to Canada. I think at this point it's so pathetic. Look, proximity to royalty and all the rich Prince Egg's targets. He's a grifter just like King Charles. Don't forget Charles and Betty grifted off the Saudis and Emirates as well as the Russians. Right. Let me not go there. Right. Oh, so there's my comment here. That's why he wants what his brother got, international fame and global love, but that's a gift Harry got from Diana. Big bro don't have any inner charisma to pull that level of world love. Is that? So there's me responding what William is doing. Don't stalk. He's pretty much stalking. Okay, there is a reason why the Earthshot award is being held in Singapore. Who was in Singapore? Okay, there's that. There's all of this. Okay, after this, that's it. Okay, so that's a French. I can read that. So let's go into that. Okay, I learned that William penned a letter to the widow of a fireman who died on September 11, maybe in 2019. It was to me at the time, and I thought maybe he wanted to prove conservative leanings, but he is copying Harry, much like copy Kate on Meghan. Oh my lord. So look at all the firemen who came out to take picture with Harry. And I think this one is William. Look at this. This is one fireman. Where are the rest? These are his securities. And I think this is, that lady was at the table too. Alright, you could read this. So that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I have 2 more for that. Maybe I'll squeeze one from the other one. Next tweet. There's this. Silly Jack Scrotum, sorry, ROYSTON, Willy met the UN Secretary and Harry hadn't. Harry and Meghan were meeting UN secretaries before it has even an idea put in Willy's head to copy previous UN secretary. Okay, Harry was doing his thing back then. Wow. That's the first time. Well, even though I bookmarked it, I didn't really pay attention to that. My eyes were more onto Meghan's one. So Harry had, this is where the stars were trying to align. There's Harry who's trying to do the right thing, but his home country is putting him, you know, he's drunk, he's gonna sit in the corner and drink and smoking, and he's bad, he's not that smart, but there he is doing his thing, using his position for good. He said it. Okay, he's not shying away from being a royalty. He's saying now that he understands his position, he's gonna use it to the good. So he's using it to meet as many people as possible. And there's Meghan, who says something similar in that aspect. She was not a royalty, but she had a platform as an actress and people were following her. So she took that time to raise her profile and use her platform for good. So there she is.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable, you know? Like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like that is all very new. And so to be able to show like, you want that, you could totally have that and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people like Emily, who's right here. I only know her through Twitter, and I knew she was coming because I saw it on social media.
Stop it, really?
Yes, and she's going on a trip soon to Costa Rica to do some aid work because she said that my UN stuff inspired her. You know, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine. Sure, we can have that conversation, but I'd also like to talk about
women's rights.
Women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
Is here, the same guy too. See, this is where things were starting to align. Can you imagine they were at the same time, but they never met? Until then. And there's this here. Let's not forget this Secretary of State and First State General Colin Powell. Alright, so there's Princess Diana who met him. Both of them, wherever they are, may they rest in peace. And there's Harry here with Colin Powell. And there he is here. Damn, Harry looked straight into the camera here. And him, whoever was sticking somewhere over there. Very nice. Okay, there he is here. That's very nice. Okay, there's me here. Did anybody like that? I can't believe somebody liked it. Okay, may they rest in peace. I didn't name any name, but whatever. there is, if William consistent with the same pattern of Control C, Control V, seeing these pics, where is he going to continue with the trend? All right. To meet the people his mom and his little bro have already met in these pics. Will that be the end of? Only I try not to put it completely. Okay, I said it as I was looking. There's Princess Diana dead, Colin Powell dead. Okay, so if he's copying them, so where is he gonna do? Where is he gonna go? Okay, so this person got it. Let's see here. Okay, his bro excluded because he kicked. Alright, so I put remove his brother here. His bro excluded because he kicked him out. He want no part with him. Harry is a spotlight carrier, lol, with nothing to do with Harry. The ancestors might call him sooner rather than later. Okay, Jack. Okay, that's this here. Jack Joyston. Lack integrity and will do anything to get into the boys club. Isn't okay, couple of them are gay. You know what, let me move on before I start saying stuff to give myself work and editing. Not putting them. Next tweet. Okay, so I might add the other one too because they still have to do with William. Okay, Dickie, the royal ass liquor, trying to convince folks there was an agenda to Peggers' visit to New York City, but ordinary people get it. Royal propaganda no longer working. Okay, there's this here. There's Dickie Arbiter. Prince William is home after 2 days in the Big Apple, but did he achieve everything he set out to do in New York? I put my money on it that he did. Join us for this special edition. So was it Royal YouTube? Okay, he achieved. Someone responded, I think this is a squatty. Okay, he achieved the desired press coverage of his PR team and their desperate effort portray him as an international man of substance, but we shall never know by any positive outcomes, if there are any, because no agenda was shared with us, nor any targets. The headlines will go cold. All right, so pretty much nah. Alright, so they just went and do that thing. Obviously, you don't know why he went to New York with a comment like this. It is impossible not to know what his PR team claim is the purpose of the visit, but rather than and his environmental credentials, the priority appears to be ensure continuous contrive personal image enhance shop apps. Photoshop apps. Oh my god, he threw the shade with it. Okay, desperation has set in Kensington Royal and Royal family, and the hacks for hire have gone into overdrive. Problem, nobody is listening or interested. And I remember on PYTE I did say, okay, at some point they overuse that card. This is just gonna be watered down. Nobody's gonna believe them because they use their tabloid too much on Harry and Meghan kind of thing. And then I did say, this one was way before, at some point the world, okay, is gonna teach William some discipline, and I think it started to happen. Okay, now I live in Twitter Street long enough. Bye. Okay, who's that? Let's see here. Royal family is blacked. Okay, so she's saying she doesn't follow them. Okay, Kensington Royal blacked. More desperation has set Kensington Royal and Royal family, and the hacks for hire have gone into overdrive, and problem, nobody is listening or interesting. Okay, so there's that here. A UN leader and took part in a talk with Great Britain media misled the public and lead people to believe that the talks that took place in the hotel was all about his earth flap. That was not the case. Okay, what was that? Mr. Dickie licks William's bottom because he lives on palace ground, so bear that in mind. All William has done is collect oysters. Spoke to unimportant people in the apartment. The mayor of New York canceled him. The World Central Kitchen canceled him. He went to station, and I think only few come. All right. Me like Big T comments, sack it to them, Big T. Gone are all ages. People are here to correct, miss, and disinform. Big T, mama then raise no fools. Answers are accurate and fair. There is no malice. He is just pointing out what lacks and William's frivolous joint to New York. Who's Big T? That's that. Let's move. Oh, that was it. You know what? Let's add one more. See, I just did this. Prince of Wales, Fire Station. Let's see here. All right, let's put this one as the last one. Bring it here. All right, so let's do one more and then we'll do a prayer. I'm kind of tired. I've been recording. Next, Prince of Pegging found out Crown Prince of Denmark and UN ambassador went running at Central Park. Here comes Berkshire and competent team stealing other people's thunder. So, oh my lord. And all this, they could have met. Maybe they could have started something together. Oh my god. But anyway, okay, like I said, in many videos, to dumb down the royal family, I think they started their campaign right after the Queen's father had passed. But and then when the Queen Elizabeth became the Queen, and then they just took over Charles, and then forget William. So Charles then even had to lay a hand. Well, they got rid of Princess Diana. Princess Diana would have put a couple things in his head, but they got rid of her, and then they took control of William, and then they neglect Harry. Meanwhile, look what happened to Harry when they didn't even pay him any attention. Okay, Wednesday, 20 September 2022, run in Central Park in connection with Denmark candidacy for UN Secretary Council. Oh, he's trying to do that? Okay, 6:30 a.m. The Crown Prince participates in a morning run in Central Park together with the UN Ambassadors Running Club. The purpose of the run is to raise awareness of the Danish candidacy for the UN Security Council. So he's trying to run for office. Is that what I'm seeing here? Unless I misunderstood. Nordic ministerial meeting with the SICA countries. Okay, 8 a.m. The Crown Prince participate in the annual ministerial meeting between Nordic ministers and the foreign ministers of the 8 SICA countries. The Central, okay, so that's what it stands for. Nope. Central American Integration System. So that's not it. All right, which include Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, and the Dominican Republic. There will be no access for the press. Okay, UN Climate Ambition Summit, 10 a.m. The Crown Prince is attending the opening of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres UN Climate. So this guy was busy. But what this one was doing, New York State, oh my God, of mine, Prince William went jogging in Central Park Tuesday and no one noticed. Quote, I decided to join the hordes of New York. Where's the hordes of New Yorkers during their morning routine, said jogger Prince William, who is in town for his Earthshot summit. Okay, so they probably make this up. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so let's do a prayer. So that was my last prayer before. Prayer for progress. Prayer for... Let's open a normal one before I do. I think I did do it already, but let's see. Prayer for... Let's do self-sustain. Maybe. Oh, I'm surprised there is. I don't know why I thought of that, but there it is. There is something that popped up. God, I need you. My intellect, strength, and abilities can only get me put so far, and as it turns out, but so far comes up way short. Maybe it did fit with William. I could have never breathed life into my own lungs, nor do I have the power to sustain the life he has granted me. I need his strength, his peace. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so this, I was uploaded into, I want to make sure I don't lose the thing. It should not be here. Okay, YouTube. Make sure... Okay, because I did move it. I don't want it to change. Let's go here. Alright, so this is gonna be later on today at 10 a.m. So I finished edit it before I started recording my first video. Alright, so that's that. It's scheduled for today. Alright, so that is it. Thank you for your support.